Astrocass here. I'm just back with a little astrology update for you. But if you are new to my channel and you haven't met me before, my name's Cassie and I love things like astrology, counselling, healing, spirituality, psychology, anything to do with health and fitness, fertility, pregnancy. So if any of those things interest you, definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any content that I've got coming for you. But without further ado, let's jump into it. This is February transits for my Sagittarius risings out there. The sun starts off transiting your Aquarius third house. So this just means that you're shining in the area of those third house topics and people are really noticing how well you're doing in regards to the way you're communicating, the way you're thinking, talking, siblings, it's your neighbors and short distance travel. So really you're just shining in these areas. It's also can sometimes be related to social media and internet as well. And then on the 19th of February, the sun moves into your fourth house. So that's when you're going to be shining in the areas of your home and family. People will be really taking notice of how well you're doing. You might be really enjoying time with your family and just enjoying being at home. It'll bring you a sense of like comfort and confidence and happiness. So keep that all in mind with that beautiful transit. Then we've got Mercury, the planet of communication and news and learning. So that starts off in retrograde, which is in your Capricorn second house. So this is asking you to stop, reflect, revise, revisit those second house topics, which is your money, finances, your values, your possessions. What's working, what's not working, what needs to change. Have you started something from the past that needs to be finished off? It's asking you to think about all of those things, make a plan for it, and then once the retrograde ends, you can start to work on improving whatever it is that comes up through that transit. Definitely don't start anything new with the retrograde and don't do anything too drastic. No signing of contracts and stuff like that, because Mercury can make those things a bit more challenging. It rules contracts and motor vehicles and all those sorts of things. So just be a little bit cautious. But in general, it's asking you to think about, your money, possessions, what you value, those sorts of things. And then on the 15th, it'll move into Aquarius third house. So that's when you're going to be, communicating more freely and easily. Your thoughts might become a bit clearer because Mercury traditionally rules that third house, typically in a normal traditional setting of the natal chart. So I'm hoping that you're going to be able to communicate more openly and that you're going to get some really good news, maybe about your studying or siblings or short distance travel. There could be like news, a lot more communicating in that aspect. Maybe you're just talking more with your neighbors and your siblings and all those sorts of fun things. Then we've got Venus, the planet of love, romance and money, everyone's favorite planet. That starts off in your Capricorn second house. So you're really valuing and loving budgeting, thinking and talking about money, your possessions, and you're thinking, about ways you can improve your budget or how you're spending money or how much money you've got. With Venus transiting through that second house for you, which is pretty auspicious because Venus, as I was saying about Mercury, Venus usually rules that second house, typically in a traditional natal chart. So you might be getting a little bit more money coming in or really good money making ideas, or you might be spending a bit more money. Depends on your natal chart and how that's all interacting with each other. I also do readings, so the information's below. Anything that I'm saying about the full moons and transits, if you ever have any questions or you need to know about your natal chart, definitely hit me up for a reading. It's important to know as well that Venus is transiting through that second house all the way through February, and it will make some conjunctions with Mars, transiting Mars from like the middle of February towards the end as well. So it'll make multiple conjunctions and it'll basically transit from mid-February to the end of February with Mars together. So these guys are known as the divine lovers, soulmates, yin, yang, masculine, feminine. Definitely keep in mind that both planets have positives and negative energies and aspects to them. Mars is action, passion, but it's also conflict and war and aggression. Venus is like beauty, money, but it's also like overindulgence, vanity, those sorts of things as well. It can be really good for relationships and intimacy, those things, because it can give you a bit of passion and romance and intimacy there. On the negative side though, it can impact things to do with like abuse of power, mistreatment, just abuse in general, or people maybe not behaving in the best way in regards to those Mars and Venus topics. But I'd assume because these planets are transiting your second house of money, that when Venus and Mars are making conjunctions, it's probably more so going to be to do with, you know, money for you. But they might have elements of, you know, relationship events as well there. Then we've got Mars, the planet of action, passion, war, aggression. It's what we're fighting for and fighting with. That starts off, as I just said, transiting your Capricorn second house. So you're putting a lot more energy and taking more action on your money and your values and your possessions. Again, as I said before, it's going to make some conjunctions with Venus, so definitely take note of that. And remember that Venus rules 2 houses in your natal chart and Mars rules 2 houses in your natal chart, and they're conjuncting in your Capricorn second house. So there's 5 houses that are implemented when they make conjunctions. So 5 houses that are going to give you information about what that conjunction is going to mean and what it's going to be doing. So definitely look at Taurus, Libra, Aries, Scorpio and Capricorn. What houses do they rule for you and what planets are there? What does this kind of mean? Because that'll all give you a bit of extra information with what's going to happen with those conjunctions. You then have a new moon in Aquarius happening at 12 degrees in your 3rd house on February 1st at 4:46 p.m. New moons are new beginnings, changes, they're new cycles beginning. So you'll notice these things sometimes straight away, but generally they unfold over the next 3 to 6 months for you. When it's in regards to your 3rd house, expect new beginnings around communication, thought patterns, learning, courses, short distance travel, siblings, neighbours. Think about those sorts of things, new beginnings around those topics there for you. Maybe even cars, you might buy a new car or something like that as well. Then you have a full moon in Leo at 27 degrees in your 9th house on February 17th at 3:56 a.m. So full moons are ending, cycles being completed, so things just coming to an end and being finished off. So check out if there's anything at 27 degrees in your natal chart, if there's anything being activated with this full moon, anything in that Leo house for you. But your 9th house is your higher self, spirituality, religion, it's your beliefs, and it's your higher education. It's traveling, especially foreign lands or anything to do with like foreign objects or foreign people. So yeah, it rules like travel, higher education, beliefs, spirituality. So you'll have endings around those topics for you. Maybe it's only one of those things that might come up or something quite small. Other times it might be all of them or something really big that comes up for you with that full moon ending in Leo for you. But definitely check out when the last Leo new moon was, because that would have told you a bit of information about what's happening for you now, because the new moon would have started it off and started these events and topics off. This full moon will bring these things to a completion and to an end. So I hope that helps, and if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give me a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.